I'm here to talk a bit about creativity. I started to play chess like quite young. I learned how to move the pieces when I was 3-4 years old because of my parents. They were playing at home for fun. My father is still a player nowadays. He plays like 3-4 tournaments per year and he has around 1900. Started to play at home, and later when I was around 6 I started to play tournaments. A bit before I made 7 years old, I won the province championship under 12, and then I decided that I like to play tournaments and win them. So I played many Brazilian championships of under 10, under 12, and I was doing really well. I won, for example, the Pan American Championship under 10 with 8 years, and Brazilian under 16 with 12. So all my life I always wanted to be a chess player. I never thought about doing anything else with it. And I'm happy that I managed to do what I like. And I play nowadays tournaments around the world. I played in more than 50 countries already. And I try to play around, I don't know, 18 tournaments per year, around 20 tournaments per year, something like that. And well, that's how I live. I became Grandmaster with 18 years old. And reached peak of 2653, and well, I always considered myself an aggressive player and somehow a bit creative, and I think most of it because when I was young, when I got my 8 years old birthday, I got a gift from my parents, which was a book of studies, endgame studies from Kasparian. And there is where I saw that chess is more than just like normal positions, you know, that there is a whole another world where the pieces are not going where it's supposed to be. And that's how I always saw chess. I always think that chess is like a bit of magic, you know. There are some beautiful positions that you can find if you search it well. And it helped me, it gave me inspiration to play the kind of style that I play. And well, the whole subject of creativity, I think it's a bit subjective. It's not easy to define what is creativity in chess, no? Because you can say that it's some creative idea is something that is not well, not something that you can find in the books, or not normal stuff, like normal things that you play. But for me, for example, some idea can be normal, and for other players it can be something that it's exotic, no? So I'll try to show some examples of my games. I decided to show my games mostly because, well, they're less known, not like the famous examples you find in the books, and also it's, for me, it's easier to explain the games and try to find out what I thought during the game. And for me, the creativity is really linked with the calculation of variations. You know, like deep and correct calculation of variations will make you find like some moves that are more hidden than usual. So I start with an example where I try to be creative in the opening, and it really didn't work. A bit far from Brazil. When I was living in Brazil, at some point I decided that I had to play tournaments in Europe to improve my game. And if you think, it can be more or less with opposite colors some kind of Grunfeld, no? With when white plays with d4, c4 and black plays d5, and you change, it's basically the same structure. The line and play this kind of position, which is usually like my creative idea of the sacrificing the pawn. It went completely wrong. And I had to find the really interesting resource to keep the game alive. So I'd like you guys to think a bit and try to find what I played here. And looks like a strange move, but the point is that the queen on d4 is unprotected. So the guy went e4, and here I played bishop takes h2. And okay, if he takes on d8, I take on d8, and his knight on c5 will be hanging, so he has no time to to do it. And the thing is that probably he thought he had something like queen e5 check here, f5, and then knight f6, and one day c5. These are the main plans. h5 again. And it's funny because I went to rook b5, and then to defend the pawn on h7 I had to go rook h5, and then to avoid knight takes e4 I had to go rook a5, and here again to defend I have to rook take h5. That you can't let your two rooks hanging, and it's a wonderful move, I think. Like some creative moments, but they're kind of short. Now we're gonna see some positions where the chaos was going on for 20-25 moves, and sometimes you cannot control what's going on, so you try to make yourself away in the middle of this genre. No? So the first position, it was a game I played in the Moscow Open. 1 year I went to play the Moscow Open and Aeroflot in February in Moscow, and it was so cold there. But the tournament was nice, it was really strong, full of Russians. And one of the guys I played, it was this international master called Makhmutov. So he went queen f6, avoiding rook e4, no? And I went h4. Starts to develop, knight d7, and h5, and knight b6. He has a really solid knight on d5 that will help a lot on the defense, and now the bishop probably go to g4, yes, because f5 and e6 are covered, d7 is not. That's it. So. Yeah,
take care.
But on the other hand, with normal moves, I think black should be fine. So, for example, one of the games started with knight e4 here. That I wouldn't like to play because I just played knight d6. No, I'm just repeating moves here. So if he plays queen f7, it's the same position it was before. I can play rook g5 or knight g5, and knight g5 gives less material. You can try to promote a new queen, which looks hard for the moment. Or we should bring the knight to the game and create some ideas with this knight. No? If I have no bishop, I have queen g6 mate. So I went f4. He went
In this I would go bishop a7.
bishop h7 is one option. Okay.